Hey, what's up, everybody? So I've been reading a lot of articles lately. There's been a lot of news on why marriages end after the military. That's when you and your spouse get out of the army. Why, 3 months to a year later, they're separated, they're divorced. Well, tonight I'm going to answer that question, and there's going to be a lot of pissed off wives, soon to be ex-wives, and ex-wives, because I'm going to take the male side. Why? Because I think they get the short end of the stick. And so let's get started. Now, firstly, I was never married in the military. My last year and a half in the military, I had a pretty serious girlfriend, and we broke up about a year after I got out. I'm not really going to include that. I'm going to include like stories I saw and experience my friends had. Um, so, first thing is you actually have to live with each other. Well, of course you do. You're married. Of course you would. Well, in the military, you're gone a lot. It could be overnight, just at work late. You get home, everybody's asleep. You're going for on deployment, training missions, all this stuff. So you're actually not actually home a lot, especially if you're in a line unit or something like that. So you actually have to live with each other, and that can be pretty hard for some people because now you're around each other. Now all those sweet, cute little things sort of really get on your nerves, and you start finding out what kind of a person they really are, and that in itself will really, you know, screw up a relationship, a marriage, all that stuff. Um, the next biggest thing is the money stops. Let's start. Let's get on that. So after you get out of the army, even if you have a really good VA disability rating, you're going to school full time, you got a job lined up, you still don't have that guaranteed paycheck every 2 weeks. So there's going to be some financial stress. Money's going to be tight. Here's where that becomes a problem. So you got these bills and everything that you haven't had to pay for the past couple of years, or decade, or 20 years. You got rent, you got utilities, you got all the other good stuff that comes along with not having, the government basically subsidize your housing. So that means your wife can't go shopping every 2 weeks and get her hair and nails done, and go get a Michael Kors purse, and go out to eat every night. By the way, guys, if you do get married, find a woman who can cook. Really, just tip right there. Can't go out to eat every other night. All that stuff. You actually have to buy groceries, which can get expensive off post. So that ends. That's a big thing. Suddenly the wife's stressed out. The biggest thing along with that is the wife's got no job skills. She got married right out of high school. She might not even have a high school education. Went right into the military where she doesn't have to work. She can sit around all day, eat bonbons, and probably get fat. Because we're being honest here, that happens a lot. And plunk out a kid every 2 years or every 9 months, however long y'all do it. That causes a big problem. So you have all these mounting bills, you have any financial pressure. Suddenly the wife is asked to, contribute financially, get a job, go back to school and everything. And she's like, wait, what? I have to contribute to this marriage? I can't just sit around and, leech off somebody? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. You're selling Etsy or Scentsy or your photography business that you had, air quotations, we all know 'em. Your pampered chef, your, pure romance parties. Well, that doesn't really pay the bills anymore, does it? Actually, those are mostly Ponzi schemes, and you should probably get out of them if you are doing them. You're going to lose in the end. So that's a big thing. Um, your wife can't brag about you anymore. You're no longer her arm candy. When you were in the military, she could brag to all her, little friends that, oh, my husband's in the military. I don't have to work. I can just sit at home all day. She doesn't get the attention like she used to, where she's got a little pat on the back and, oh my God, you're so brave. You're so strong. You're making the real sacrifice here. Yeah, okay. Another big thing. A lot of husbands actually know this. I knew guys are planning to do this. They're going to divorce you after they get out because suddenly you're not guaranteed to get half his paycheck and BAH and be taken care of anymore. You're kind of on your own. Dealing with the husband's issues. Well, war kind of messes some of us up, and time in the military doesn't make us the same. So suddenly, wife has to deal with the husband and maybe some issues that she wasn't really committed to dealing with, whether it be psychological, physical, or other things like that. and that goes into one with you might have to learn how to live with each other. It's a big thing. You just can't stand her. See, you were gone all the time. You came home, had cuddly, lovey, fucky time. That's over. You're gonna learn about how she really is, and all those red flags you ignored, they're gonna come screaming out. That nice, cute little sweet girl you married might be a psychopath. Now, let's address something else. Adultery. I cannot count how many times when I was in the military, buddies of mine would just find out their wife was cheating on them. Probably with somebody in the same unit or down the road, or some local little boy that would give her all the attention she wanted while you were gone. That continues. Wife's gonna get bored sitting at home all day after you get out, and she's gonna find somebody else, because if she cheated on you once, she's gonna do it again. So, my biggest advice to the military is don't get married until you've been in for a couple years and you've got enough rank and you meet a woman with an education and job skills. Not the stripper who looks pretty on the pole, or the girl who's already been married twice with 2 kids looking for some BH and TRICARE. Seriously, go around Watertown, New York, that's all it is. There's a lot of things that come into play. The biggest thing I always heard why guys got out of the military was, there's a wife was going to leave them if they got out. Well, she was going to leave you anyway, okay? She was just like, she thought in this fairy tale that, there was going to be this white picket fence waiting for her, and, y'all were going to live this happy little life. Well, after I got out of the military, after 11 years, it was about 8 months of pretty hard stress. I had started college, I was living with a girl at the time, and that contributed a lot to our, the downfall of our relationship, not to mention her problems that I didn't really have to deal with while she was not living with me. So it is a rough transition. Suddenly the money's not there. So, all those benefits that made everything a little bit easier, they're gone. And even if you are collecting GI Bill and disability and all that stuff, you're still gonna have to pay for a lot of things. So marriages largely end because you get married too young. The girl's a dumbass. She's not that bright, and she doesn't bring much to the marriage except plunking out your kids because your pullout game sucks. And then you suddenly realize, I'm stuck with this broad, and she's a moron, and I hate my life. And suddenly all the little things that, all those little, things that would cause some friction are gonna blow up in your face. And that's why marriages end after the military. It's pretty simple as that. I don't know why there's all this scientific data going on. They could have just asked a bunch of us, set a lot of people down in a room with a case of beer and had to bitch about why their marriage fell apart. That's why marriages end after the military. Y'all have a good night.